This is the brand new Lamborghini Revuelto. It's a replacement for the legendary Aventador, so it has a lot to live up to. But this new supercar is shaping up to be the most exciting and the most important car Lamborghini has ever made. And in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the new Revuelto and why it could be the ultimate supercar. I'm Matt Watson, and you're watching Carwow. Buy, sell,
Carwow.
Firstly, what does Revuelto mean? Well, Lamborghini usually names its cars after things relating to Spanish fighting bulls. The Miura, the Aventador, and Murcielago, or Murcielago. I don't know how to say that one either properly. Anyway, they were all famous bulls or bull breeders. Although Murcielago, or Murcielago, I need to stop this, means bat in Spanish, which is a bit weird. Well, Revuelto, or Revuelto... let's just call it Revuelto, okay? Also has two meanings. It was the name of a fighting bull, surprise, surprise, but Revuelto is also a Spanish word for scrambled eggs. Yeah, this sounds a bit mad, doesn't it? But there's one part of this car's design where this bizarre name actually makes total sense, and I'm going to tell you why a bit later in this video. For now though, let's move on to the design. So the new Revuelto looks like Lamborghini made a greatest hits compilation from all its best cars over the last 15 years. The general silhouette is very similar to the Aventador, and it comes with scissor doors, just like all Lamborghini flagship cars since the original Countach. There are lots of bits carried over from the limited edition Sion too, like the three-piece daytime running lights. The black intakes down the sides are also similar to what you get on the Sion, although the Revuelto doesn't have any vertical fins like that car, nor a bare carbon roof stripe. Speaking of which, the overall shape of the roof reminds me of the Centenario, and so do the Y-shaped brake lights at the back, but the high-mounted exhausts are unique to the Revuelto. I've never seen anything like that on a Lamborghini before. The same goes for the engine cover. It's basically just a big hole surrounded by loads of vents. That won't do a very good job keeping the rain out, nor mud. Anyway, the Revuelto has lots of clever aerodynamic features, including a folding rear wing and hidden door handles that direct cool air into the radiators down each side. But I wish Lamborghini had given the car some more exciting looking wheels. They don't have any carbon fibre aero fins like on the Centenario. Actually, that should be Centenario, but I'm going to stick with the English way of saying things. And they aren't particularly big either. The front wheels are 21 inches across and the rear wheels measure 22 inches. You can actually get 22-inch wheels on a Volvo XC60 these days, so yeah. Anyway, what do you think? Do you prefer the look of this new Revuelto to something like a Ferrari SF90? Or should Lamborghini have gone even crazier with this car's design? I've put a pinned comment below so you can vote on which Italian supercar is your favourite, the Ferrari SF90 or this new Lamborghini. Downsizing engines is all the rage these days, but not at Lamborghini. The new Revuelto comes with a massive naturally aspirated 6.5-litre V12 engine. That's the same size as the engine you got in the old Aventador, but this new V12 is 17 kilograms lighter than that engine. It's also much more powerful. The most powerful Aventador, the Ultimate, cranked out 780 horsepower, which is quite a lot. But this new engine delivers an astonishing 825 horsepower, and it hits this number at an insane 9,250 RPM. That's not all. This engine doesn't hit the red line until you reach 9,500 RPM. That's 500 RPM more than the naturally aspirated flat six in Porsche's 911 GT3 RS. That amazing V12 isn't the best thing about the Revuelto. Lamborghini has also given it a secret weapon. Well, three of them actually. Yes, I'm talking about electric motors, because the Revuelto is actually a hybrid, because all new cars have to be nowadays, don't they? Anyhow, Lamborghini says the new hybrid setup mixes performance advantages of a naturally aspirated V12 with the instant torque boost of electric motors, which is another reason why it went for the slightly weird Revuelto name. Remember when I told you Revuelto was Spanish for scrambled eggs? Well, it also translates as mixed together, as in Lamborghini mixed together the internal combustion engine with electric power. So there you go, it all makes total sense, sort of. Anyhow, I reckon the Revuelto still sounds way better than just a load of letters and numbers, like, you know, Ferrari's SF90, for example. Speaking of Ferrari, this new Lamborghini has a very similar hybrid system to the one in the SF90. Both cars come with an electric motor at the back to help drive the rear wheels, and they both get two electric motors that drive the front wheels independently. So how much extra power do you get from these new motors? Well, that all depends on which of the Revuelto's 4 driving modes you use. Cheetah is an electric-only mode designed for driving in cities. It switches off the engine completely and limits the electric motors to a combined 180 horsepower. This makes the Revuelto the first Lamborghini that can cruise without having to use an internal combustion engine at all, although the car will automatically fire up the V12 to help recharge the onboard battery if it thinks you're going to run out of energy. In fact, the engine can fully recharge the 3.8 kilowatt-hour battery in just 6 minutes. The next mode is Strada. In this setting, the petrol engine is always running and the combined power of the V12 and all three motors is 886 horsepower. That's 67 horsepower more than you got in the hybrid Sian. And we haven't even reached sport mode yet. That setting cranks power up to 907 horsepower, but the real fun starts in Corsa mode. This gives you the full 1015 horsepower to play with. That's more power than any other Lamborghini ever made, and it's also handily 15 more horsepower than you get in a Ferrari SF90. So yeah, nah, Ferrari, stick it up your... Before I tell you how fast it is though, I need to tell you about the Revuelto's other party piece. The Aventador had a single clutch robotised manual gearbox. It sat in front of the engine and split the engine's power between the front and rear wheels. The gear shifts were violent, especially in the SVJ, and it would spin the tyres like crazy when you tried to launch the car. Whoa, the gear changes hard! The new Revuelto comes with a completely different system. The front wheels are driven by the electric motors on their own, without any help from the V12. The engine's power is sent to the rear wheels only through a brand new dual-clutch automatic gearbox. This 8-speed unit can change gear even quicker than the 7-speed dual-clutch auto you get in the Lamborghini Huracan, and that's already one of the best automatic gearboxes I've ever used. The Revuelto also comes with a brand new launch control system that you engage with a big red button on the steering wheel. Oh yes, I like a big red button. So there'll be no excuse for messing up any drag race starts in this new car.
Oh my god, I missed the start!
Anyhow, when you add batteries and motors to a car, you end up making it heavier. That's just the way life is. But Lamborghini has tried all sorts of clever tricks to make sure the Revuelto doesn't get too fat. It has a new carbon fibre chassis with a new carbon subframe at the front. This is 20% lighter than the Aventador's aluminium subframe, but it's also stiffer and better at absorbing energy in a crash. Lamborghini saved a few more kilos by ditching the normal mechanical four-wheel drive system and using the front motors to drive the front wheels on their own. Lamborghini hasn't said how much the new Revuelto weighs, but it did confirm the car has a power-to-weight ratio of 1.75 kilogram per horsepower. So when you do the maths, this means the Revuelto with 1015 horsepower weighs just under 1780 kilograms. That's about 200 kilograms more than a Ferrari SF90 and about 250 kilos heavier than the old Aventador SVJ. So it's lighter than your average performance car, but still a bit of a heavyweight for a supercar. But let's cut to the chase. How quick is this new Lamborghini Revuelto? Well, Lamborghini says it'll do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2.5 seconds and 0 to 120 miles an hour in less than 7 seconds. That's almost exactly the same as a Ferrari SF90. That also does 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2.5 seconds. Ferrari is a bit more specific about the car's 0 to 120 mile an hour time though. It says their car will do it in 6.7 seconds. So, which car is actually quicker? Well, you can bet I'll do a drag race between these two supercars as soon as I get my hands on a Revuelto in the UK. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and that way you'll get a notification as soon as I upload that video, because it's coming and it's going to be epic. One thing's for sure though, the Lamborghini should be faster over a longer distance because it can reach a top speed of 217 miles an hour. The Ferrari can only do a mere 211 miles an hour. The Revuelto isn't just about crazy performance. Lamborghini claims it's easier to live with than the old Aventador. For starters, there's 84mm more legroom and 26mm more headroom than you got in that car. This means most drivers should be able to wear a helmet on a track day without getting a crick in their neck. There's also space for a few cabin bags underneath the bonnet, and you can store a golf bag behind the seats. Maybe this Revuelto is a supercar you can actually use all day, every day.
All day, every day.
Anyhow, there's more to this car than being a bit more practical than the Aventador. It has a completely overhauled infotainment system, thank goodness. The dashboard design is completely fresh, with an 8-inch portrait touchscreen and a 12-inch digital driver's display. There's also a 9-inch landscape screen in front of the passenger. You can swipe menus and settings from one screen to the other, so your passenger can program the sat-nav while you try not to curb your alloy wheels cruising around Monaco. You can also customize the new Revuelto's cabin with more than 70 different color options, so you'll definitely be able to find some vivid stitching to match your chrome turquoise paint job. Finally, we come to the big question. How much is this all going to cost? Well, Lamborghini hasn't confirmed prices just yet, but it has hinted that the car could cost from around £450,000. That's more than twice the price of a new Urus Performante. And it's also about £70,000 more than a Ferrari SF90. But will it be £70,000 better? We'll have to wait to find out. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. If you want to watch some more videos, I've picked a couple out for you there. I think you'll like. Just click on those windows to watch them. Or if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to this channel. You can do that just by hitting the carwow logo there. Simple.